What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so the Bucks have gotten off to a dreadfully poor start, 9-12 on the year, and look, in my opinion, you can blame a multitude of factors. You can blame injuries. You can blame Giannis's leadership. I think you can still blame Doc Rivers' coaching at some point in time. In my opinion, I think it's all those things, right? But whatever the case may be, the Bucks got a good victory recently against the Nets. I think it was 116-99. So, hopefully the Bucks can turn things around. But Giannis said something recently in a post-game interview. The media was just setting Giannis up to say something stupid. And he took the bait, in my opinion, and he did. So I think they're asking Giannis about, will he eventually be up there with the all-time? Will he be up there with the all-time leading scorers in the game? Guys like LeBron James, Kareem, Karl Malone, Michael Jordan, Julius Erving, if you include the ABA, Dirk Nowitzki, Wilt Chamberlain, Kevin Durant, et cetera, right? And one of the reporters, who kind of can do the math in his head, said to get up into that stratosphere, it's going to take Giannis about maybe 8 or 9 seasons, 8 or 9 years. And then Giannis talks himself into a situation where somehow he figures he'll do it in 4 or 5 years, right? And I wouldn't have believed it unless I heard it for myself, right? So somehow he's going to do it in 4 or 5 years, according to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Sixth youngest, I believe the 5 to do it faster than you are a who's who of people in the history of basketball. Just to have your name alongside those names, obviously you have a long ways to go to get to the top of those scoring lists in another 7, 8 years or whatever it might be. But just to be in the conversation with those guys, what does that kind of mean?
First of all, we got to talk about who those guys are, because I just saw those guys. We talk about Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Wilt, and Kevin Durant. I think it's the GOATs of the GOATs. And I don't think anybody disagree in this room. I don't think anybody in this world disagree. Just to be in that list with them is incredible. Have I accomplished as much as them? I don't think so. Do I have a lot of room to improve and room to grow in years to keep on, writing my own legacy? Yes, and I think to get to the top of the scoring list is not 6, 7, 8 years away. I think it's, in my opinion, I think it's 4 years away. 4 or 5 years away, 4.5 years away. I think when I'm going to be 35 years old and sit in this chair, I'm going to have a discussion of how I am in the top list of all time in scoring, and I would have tagged that into existence. And not just tag it into existence because I believe that I'm going to do it. It's something that I want to do. But hey, again, that's too far away. 4 or 5 years from now, I might have 4 other kids. I don't know. My wife might have left me. Who knows, man, in 4 or 5 years from now. 4 or 5 years prior to this, I had 0. I didn't have kids, and now I have kids. So man, I just got to worry about Monday against Washington, and stay healthy, leave that game healthy, leave that game with a win, and when it's all said and done, we'll sit down and do the math.
Giannis was doing okay until he started making it about him. at the end. Now I like Giannis. Y'all know that. But Giannis. Now, I don't know exactly where Giannis is right now in scoring. I know that it was, I believe, last year he surpassed 20,000 career points. So I'm assuming he's somewhere in the 21,000, maybe even 22,000 point range right now. Matter of fact, let me see. I just want to be 100% accurate before I go forward. Right? Make sure. Let me look to see exactly how many regular season points he has. Let's go. Giannis Antetokounmpo stats. So Giannis has 21,002 points, okay? So he just passed 21,000 points. So I guess is what they're talking about when they say he's the fifth or sixth youngest guy to get 21,000 points. Okay, but guys don't go to college anymore. Guys don't go to college like they used to. Or if they do, they only, I guess what I'm saying is, you got to go 1 year, but these guys don't go 3 or 4 years in college and then go pro. They go 1 year and go pro. So that's misleading. Okay, so you had 21,000 points. It took you, Giannis, over a decade to get 21,000 career points. Now, granted, the first year or two, you didn't get as much playing time. You weren't scoring as in the volume that you started scoring around 2015-16. But how in the world do you think that you're going to do in 4 or 5 years what it took you over a decade to do to this point? Unless you start putting up Wilt Chamberlain-like numbers with Wilt Chamberlain-like health and durability, meaning that you're playing all 82 games and you're scoring between 3,000 to 4,000 points a season, which means you're going to be averaging between 37 to 50 points a night over the next 5 years. Unless you start doing that, and even with that, you would still fall short of LeBron's record in the next 5 years. So I don't know what you're talking about. The next 5 years, you're going to become an all-time leading scorer. No, you're not. You're not even recently. I don't think you're even scoring 2,000 points in a season because you missed too many damn games. I mean, you're not Kawhi Leonard, but you've been playing like 60, 65 games the last few years. Let me see. Okay, you scored 2,036 points last year. You scored 2,222 points last year. The year before that, excuse me. Then 1,959. Then 2002 to 1,700, 1,900, under 2,000 and two. So you're leaving points off the table with the games that you're missing. So at the rate that you're going, let's give him 70 games a year. Let's keep his scoring average, since he seems to be fixated on that. Let's keep him around 30 points a game. 30 points a game, 70 games a year. Let's just say he doesn't suffer any serious injuries over the next 4 or 5 years. Let's go 5 years, right? So that's 70 games times 5. So that's 350 games, right? So that's 350 games times 30 points. That's 10,500. So you're still at 31,500 points. So you're still behind Michael Jordan. You're still behind Kobe Bryant. You're just marginally ahead of Wilt Chamberlain. You're still marginally behind Dirk Nowitzki. You'll probably be behind Kevin Durant at that point by a few thousand. You're behind Karl Malone. You'll probably be behind James Harden. You'll be behind a lot of players. So I don't know what you're talking about. Next 4 or 5 years will become the all-time leading scorer. What the hell are you talking about? LeBron James been playing for 23 seasons, and he has a 27 points per game scoring average. You have a 24 point per game scoring average for your career. So how the fuck do you think it's going to take you 5 years? The math ain't mathing when it comes to Giannis in this situation. And I like Giannis, man, but come on, bro. Anyway, you don't need to be talking about individual scoring nothing. You need to be talking about getting wins at this point. The hell with individual scoring. Get yourself some wins. I mean, you will go down in history as far as winning that championship with Milwaukee, but, bruh, we know, look, we're getting a little tired of making excuses for you every time you keep getting knocked out in the first round. So, it is what it is. Tell me what you guys think.